Well, I'm jumping back on here real quick to let you guys know about the steroids. I'm almost done with them. I have 2 more doses, which will be one pill tomorrow and then another pill the day after that. So far, my blood sugars have spiked some, but I have kept it under, been able to keep it under 300, and most of the time when it does spike like over 200, I'm able to quickly get it down because I've redone my basal rates and added temporary basal rates because I take the steroid in the morning time and not 3 times a day, just in the morning time. I can almost calculate when it's going to spike, and I have things for that, and I have a temporary basal rate for that, and I'm given more insulin in my temporary basal rate, and in my regular basal rate I have actually put, I think I said this in the other video, that now I'm giving 1 unit of insulin for every 8 or 9 carbs. So 1 unit of insulin will cover 8 carbs, where before I was able to do 1 unit of insulin would cover 12, 15, I've been a diabetic a long time. So, to be as brittle and as a diabetic as long as I have, I'm still taking a fraction of the insulin that a lot of people are taking. I'm blessed in a lot of ways. Some ways I feel like I'm cursed, but I am blessed in a lot of ways. So every diabetic is different, and that's just how that goes. And what works for one diabetic is not going to work for the other. And there are some general rules, but, I tend to be the exception, not the rule. I'm just jacked up. And there are other people who are jacked up too, just in different ways. And then I've changed all my alert settings on my Dexcom. So I'm getting alerts, at lower rates, so they don't get up so high, before I'm alerted to them. At night, I tend to change those because if I do not, sometimes it will spike and go down. It will just keep alarming. If y'all know, it will just, you've taken insulin, it's going to cover it, but if you've got it set to a lower alert, it just alarms until it reaches that lower alert. So, which actually I needed to change it back to the lower alert. So you're probably gonna hear it go off. But so far so good. My back was killing me. I thought it was my kidneys. I actually think it was kidney stones. But I've been drinking lots of water. I have kidney stones, so that's not like I don't feel like it's an infection or anything. I just feel like I've been sick. See, it just vibrated, and I have been drinking lots of water, so that has helped. My back feels a lot better today. Still a little tender, but it's not too bad. So I've actually done very well, thank the Lord. Seriously, with taking the steroids. I'm not saying my sugars haven't spiked some, but nowhere near what was anticipated and what probably would. I prayed about it, y'all. I really did, because it's Murphy's Law for me. If it can happen, it will. And I will tell you, like right now, I sound snotty because I am a little bit. I went outside. I wasn't snotty this morning at all. Actually, it was a little more stuffy, like I said the last video, but I could breathe. It was more like it had dried up, and because my nose collapsed when I breathed, that was more of it. I was having trouble breathing that way, not because I felt I had snot in there. Now that's what it feels like, that it's snotty, and it is. It's gross. I talk about all kind of shit on this channel, but but I went outside and it's cold, cool outside, and I was playing with the dogs, and of course my nose starts, and it's like it aggravates it. So I'm almost 1,000% certain that I will have to have surgery. I mean, obviously reconstructive surgery, I'll be having that, but I'm talking about like actual function of the nose surgery on my turbinates and stuff, because they are still really swollen, but they're down. They're not as swollen. But if I walk outside and I snot up like this and it doesn't really go, you know what I'm saying? And I'm taking a good number, milligrams of steroid, if that's not working, then most likely that's going to be. So I see that doctor in about 2 weeks, maybe a week and a half. So that's great. I hate doctors. I mean, I just hate going to them. There are a few doctors I dislike a lot. Let's not say hate. I don't like the word hate. But I dislike them an awful lot, as y'all well know. But this doctor, he's really nice, and and everything, and he knows what he's doing, and he didn't want to have to put me through any more than I've already been through, which I really appreciate it. But I'm miserable. I've had some relief with this, and my face, the swelling has. I can still feel. I think I'm always gonna feel like this is a little puffy, and I've had a lot done in a small period of time, so it's not completely healed. It'll take. They say from the very last surgery that you have, it could take 2 years. It could take for your the swelling to go completely down, for you to completely heal, and I'm not even at the last surgery. So, and I was having surgeries very close together. So but yeah, I don't know if y'all can see that, but this is a lot better. This has gone down some more. I have the scar right here, and I think when he goes in, he'll have to move the nose. Because now it is down a little bit. Let's see if I can get it in there. You can see this because he had to come in, pull this all down, and recreate all that and up in here. Anyway, so it kind of looks like, but not bad for Quasimodo's girlfriend. I always say that. And then this and all that. I always point it. My mother used to always say, "Stop pointing out your flaws." I'm like, but my flaws make me beautiful, and if you point them out, people have no power over you, to hurt you or anything. And look, like I always say, chicks dig scars, guys do too. It's how you carry yourself. So, but I do want to, as much as I can get fixed, I would love to have that done. But anyway, but I'm doing okay today. It's just that now it's a little snotty, and I read also too, like, this is gross to talk about snot, but whatever. Your phlegm or your mucus or whatever, the color of it can tell you a lot. Like, clear, that's normal. But like white and thick, that's what I have. Clear and white and thick, and that's infection, and it's like all over my turbinates. You can see it in my nose and stuff. It's like gross. So, and I'm only going into depth like this so if something like this happens to you. It's not like I get a kick out just going around talking about snot in my nose and all that kind of stuff. Not that I care, but it's not something I would normally just hang out and talk about, especially to a bunch of people on the internet. But that is a key sign of infection, and so I'm hoping that the steroids are going to do a lot more than what they've done, even though they've done a lot. I'm hoping they're going to do a lot more to dry up that. So, but then I worry if it's not swollen. You know how it is when you're sick and you need to go to the doctor, but you wait and you go in and your symptoms aren't as bad, or you don't have the symptoms like you did, and it's like you're better and you're in there to see him for something. That's how it goes. You'll be sick, go to the doctor that day, you'll feel great, and so. And I'm afraid that's how it's going to be with my nose. It's not going to be as bad as it might be, but it's still, I mean, like I'm having to do that, and you can see it collapsing right in there. But anyway, so I want to jump on here and just let y'all know that while my blood sugars have spiked some, I am very diligent, and that's what you have to be, y'all. I mean, that's the kind of thing you have to do. And I finally found you can look all this stuff up where you can find out how to calculate all right, like if you want to calculate your sensitivity to insulin, you take the total amount of insulin that you take during the day, and that includes your basal rate and any boluses that you give. You take that, you divide 1,500 by that number, and the number that you get is your sensitivity. And so that's what you put in, and then I put in also, the carb ratio and all that. And all that stuff can be found online. I mean, if you go to the American Diabetes Association and put in, how do you calculate your insulin sensitivity and blah, 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 and find out all about the insulins and how long they last. Even fast-acting insulins last a while. They peak about 3 hours, but they last like 5 to 7 hours in your system. They just aren't as strong. So, you need to know the kind of insulin you're taking, what to do. I mean, sometimes doctors just throw crap at you like, nobody ever told me to pre-bolus. Ever. Up until a few years ago. And I'm like, and I heard diabetics on here talking, I'm like, what the hell is pre-bolusing? I mean, I was always told right before you eat, you just take it, like right when you're eating. Nobody ever told me to pre-bolus. I know, weird. Nobody ever told me to check the ketones in my urine either. I mean, because if your blood sugar's high, you're going to have sugar in your urine. I mean, do you know what I'm saying? And so, either way, you got to get that crap down, but, it was, the different things are emphasized now more than they were, when I was, young and, younger. But, and it's just weird. And some of the things they tell now, I don't agree with, but I mean, I'm so brittle. I mean, I try anything, and I can't wait for the Omnipod 5 to come out. It's supposed to be a lot more accurate. The G6, that's, it's going to be the G7 that's going to come out with the Omnipod Dash Horizon, or 5. I think they've changed it from Horizon to 5. Hopefully that will come out this year. It's supposed to be very easy with your insurance to upgrade. So we'll see about that. But anyway, I just want to come on and tell you that I was a little better until I sat down to do this. I went outside, but as far as the swelling and stuff, it's not as bad. And I've contoured my nose and stuff, so, it doesn't really look that bad today. That's because some of the swelling's gone down. But anyway, I'll keep y'all updated. I hope y'all are having a great day. I hope you had a great weekend. I hope you enjoy your day, you have fun, be sarcastic, laugh a little. Nobody ever makes it out alive. And as always, be the reason somebody drinks today. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.